Good morning, everyone. So my name is Janalyn Baronga, and I will present to you my topic, Human Development and Family. Okay, so when I say human development, it refers to the physical, cognitive, and psychosocial development of humans throughout the lifespan. It seeks to understand how and why the people of all ages changes or remain the same over time. Okay? Next, we have the different types of development. So we have physical development, cognitive development, and psychosocial development. When we say physical development, it involves the growth and changes in the body, as well as the brain, the senses, your motor skill, and your health and wellness. While the cognitive development, it involves the changes in your learning, your attention, memory, language, thinking, reasoning, and creativity. And lastly, we have the psychosocial development. It involves the changes in your emotions, as well as your personality and your social relationships. Next, we have the periods of human development. Actually, there are different stages of development according to the different theorists, but I would just like to discuss these periods of development according to developmentalists. So, according to them, there are 8 stages in the lifespan of a human. So, we have here the first one, the prenatal development, the infancy and toddlerhood, the early childhood, the middle childhood, adolescence, early adulthood, middle adulthood, and lastly, the late adulthood. So let's start with prenatal development. So in prenatal development, conception occurs and development begins. So the baby develops from a single cell after conception into an embryo and later a fetus. So there are 3 stages in prenatal development. So as you can see in the picture, we have here the germinal stage from 0 to 2 weeks, the embryonic stage from 3 to 8 weeks, and the fetal stage from 9 weeks up to birth. So in here, all the major structures of the body are forming, and the health of the mother is the primary concern. So there are various approaches in prenatal development. The first one, we have the labor. After that, delivery, and then lastly, we have the childbirth. The next stage is the infancy and toddlerhood. So in here, in this stage, the physical, the emotional, behavioral, and mental growth of children occurs. Okay. So the age of an infant is from 0 to 12 months, and a toddler is from 12 to 36 months. So a newborn involuntary reflexes and a keen sense of hearing, but they have poor vision. And then they transform into a walking and then talking toddler, and then they accomplish many milestones, including establishing the sense of trust, and finding their independence. Next stage is we have the early childhood. So early childhood, this is the preschool years, ages from 2 to 5 to 6 years old. This is a time of remarkable growth with brain development at its peak. So during this stage, children are highly influenced by their environment and all the people that surrounds them. They show excitement around other kids. They often repeat words or sentences, and then they begin to write and then sort the shapes or colors and begin to run, to climb, and to throw and stand on tiptoe. Okay. Next stage we have the middle childhood. So this is from ages 6 to 11 years old. The growth rates slow down. The children are able to refine their motor skills. They are adjusting to new school. They are achieving new academic skills. They learn how to get along with their schoolmates as well as their classmates, and they learn the rules of our culture and society. So this is a time when children develop foundational skills, or they are building healthy social relationships with their classmates. Friendships become more and more important. Their physical, social, and mental skills develop quickly at this time. So they learn better ways to describe experiences, and they talk about their feelings as well as their thoughts. Next stage, we have the adolescence period. So this is also known as the puberty stage, wherein there is a period of transition between their childhood and their adulthood. So adolescents develop stronger reasoning skills. They are more logical and they think morally, and they become more capable of thinking abstract, and they make rational judgments. It is also time to develop knowledge and skills, and they learn how to manage their emotions and relationships. Okay, so uh, they have the sense of belongingness and acceptance. They establish their own identity as well. Okay, next stage is the early adulthood. Early adulthood is from ages 20 to 40. So this is the period in which psychological aging began earlier, and it becomes more noticeable. Uh, they have physical maturation as well as their physical abilities. The aging process begins. Their immune system becomes less adept at fighting off illness. They formed long-term relationships, and they make their own career choice. Okay, so it is time in this stage, they focus more on their future. They put a lot of effort in making choices that will help them to earn their own status, and their primary concerns are the love and the work. Okay, so this is the early adulthood. Next stage is the middle adulthood. So middle adulthood is from ages 40 to 60 up to 65. This is also known as the sandwich generation. Why? It's because middle-aged adults may be in the middle of taking care of their children and also taking care of their aging parents. Okay, so aging becomes more apparent in this stage, they also experience a midlife crisis. The age spots and blood vessels become more apparent. So in this stage, they become more realistic about possibilities of life in life and recognizing the difference between what is possible and what is likely. Okay? So it is a period of gaining expertise or experience in different or in their choice of fields or career choice. Next, we have the last stage, which is the late adulthood. So this is also known as the old age stage. We have here the three stages under late adulthood. The young adulthood is from ages 65 to 74 years old. So this is similar to middle-aged adults. They are possibly still working, they are married, and they are still healthy and active. Next stage is the old from 75 to 84 years old. So in here, in this stage, they have some health problems and the challenges with their daily living activities. And the last stage is the oldest old, is from 85 years old and above. So in this stage, they are often frail and they need a long-term health care. Okay? So late adulthood is a stage wherein their skin continues to lose elasticity. Their reaction time slows further, their muscle strength diminishes, their hearing and vision declines, as well as their immune system. Okay, so they have changes in the bodies as well as in their minds. So older adults have a harder time in remembering and attending to their own needs. Okay. Okay, so next we have the family organization. Okay, next we have the family. So when I say family, this is a basic social unit consisting of parents and their children. In human society, a family is a group of people related either by consanguinity or affinity. So the purpose of families is to maintain the well-being of its members and its society. So ideally, family would offer predictability, structure, and safety as members mature and participate in the activities of their community. Okay. Next, we have the family organization. So we have here the matrifocal family, patrifocal family, conjugal family, and extended family. So when we say matrifocal family, it consists of the mother and their children. While the patrifocal family, it consists of the father and his children. Conjugal family, or well known as the nuclear family, it consists of the husband and wife and their children. And lastly, we have the extended family. It consists of grandparents, the husband and wife, and their children. Next, we have the types of family. Actually, there are many types of family, but these five uh, are the very common types of family. So, as I've said earlier, nuclear family, we have the parents and children. So, this is the traditional type of family structure. The extended family, we have the grandparents, the husband and wife, and their children. The joint family, we have, which consists of their siblings, the spouses, and their dependent children. The blended family, made up of two parents and their children from their previous marriages. Maybe one of them are divorced, and some of them, maybe one of either husband or wife is dead. Okay. So lastly, we have the family by choice. It could be adopted children with live-in parents, the kin, and their close friends. Okay, next we have the kinship. When I say kinship, it refers to the web of social relationships that form an important part of the lives of most human in most societies. So it is a set of relationships and relatives formed based on their blood relations. Okay, next we have the types of kinship. First one is the patrilineal. So it is the male line or agnatic kinship. Generally, it involves the inheritance of property, the rights, names, or titles by person related through their male kin. So, this is a form of kinship system in which an individual's family membership derives or traced through his or her father's lineage. Okay. Next, we have the matrilineal. This is a form of kinship system in which an individual's family membership derives from and is traced through his or her mother's lineage. So this is from his or her mother's side. And lastly, we have the bilateral descent. It is traced through both the paternal and maternal sides. So descent and inheritance are equally passed through both of their parents. Okay, so it is a family arrangement where their inheritance, their property, their names, their titles, and so on are equally passed by both of their parents. Okay, so let me end my slides with the quote of Bill Owens. Families are the tie that reminds us of yesterday, provide strength and support today, and give us hope for tomorrow. No government, no matter how well-intentioned or well-managed, can provide what our families provide. So thank you everyone for listening, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation. So thank you guys, and I'll see you when this pandemic is over. Thank you.